We are back with some more Colts franchise. We just literally advanced to the final re-sign stage, and it's very, very late where I'm at. But I had some free time before I had to get to bed, so I was like, you know what? Might as well bang this video out real quick. I'll try to breeze through everything as quickly as possible. First things first, who won the Super Bowl? Obviously, we lost to the Patriots. The Chiefs beat the Chiefs lost to the Ravens 37-16. The Bears lost to the Packers 14-24. The Seahawks beat the Cowboys 36-29. So it's Seahawks, Green Bay, Ravens, Patriots. Seahawks win or lose 12-13. Really weird Madden score. And the Ravens beat the Patriots 47-28. And Trey goes on to win yet again another Super Bowl. First one in this league. He has one Super Bowl in this league and one in Pandora, I believe. So he's got two on the year so far, this Madden. Once Trey made the Super Bowl, there was really no doubt in my mind that the man was going to win it. Just breezed through everything in his path. I mean, breezed through the Chiefs, breezed through the Patriots, and this game was pretty tight for the most part. But did get a late touchdown at the end to kind of seal it. I was watching that game a little bit, but for the most part, it was a pretty close game, which is good. You know, you want the Super Bowls to be good. So Trey gets another Super Bowl to his tally. We actually had 4 Pro Bowlers this year. We had Tom Brady, AFC quarterback 1. Quentin Nelson was the left guard at number 1. DeForest Buckner was the second defensive tackle. And we somehow got Zeke Ricard as punt returner. I don't think he took a single snap as a punt returner, but apparently he made the Pro Bowl, so I guess good for him. No one went up in Dev in the end of season rewards too, which was a little sad. You know, I was hoping I could get someone, but no one really went up in that. We'll look at the winners here. MVP was Lamar, followed right behind with Tom Brady. Coach of the Year, Matt Nagy. AFC side, Lamar got Offensive Player of the Year. Minka Fitzpatrick with Defensive Player of the Year. Excuse me. I'm trying to be quiet if you haven't noticed already. Seth Williams, Offensive Rookie of the Year. Defensive Rookie of the Year is Barry Poole. We did get Wilbon up there in the top 10, I guess. He got number 7, so that's good to see. Jalen Early got Best Quarterback, which makes no sense. I don't know how it's not Lamar. J.K. Dobbins, Best Running Back. Best Wide Receiver, Tyreek Hill. Best Lineman, again, Quentin Nelson. He's won this award, I'm 100% sure 2 years in a row. But I think he might have even won it all 3 we've played so far. He keeps winning it. He's a tank. We also had Braden Smith in here in the top 10. Defensive line, Aaron Donald. Best linebacker, Clowney. Best DB, Minka. Best kicker, Austin. And that is that for the AFC. NFC, we got Cam Akers as Offensive Player of the Year. Kenny Clark as the Defensive Player of the Year. Jeremiah Jackson as Rookie of the Year. Ben Fowler as Defensive Rookie of the Year. Justin Fields, Best QB. Best Running Back, Cam. Best Receiver, Justin Scott. Best Offensive Lineman, Zach Martin. Best Defensive Lineman, Kenny Clark. Best Linebacker, Bobby Wagner. Best DB, Stephon Gilmore. Best Kicker, Will Lutz. So that is that for all the awards. I'm going to quickly go through some notable retired players, just breeze through it. Dante Hightower, Everson Griffin. I mean, there's some pretty big names actually on here. Brandon Graham, Jason McCourty, Jabal Sheard, Demario Davis, Chris Harris, Golden Tate. I mean, Mike Pouncey retired. I'm pretty sure this dude was kind of a beast too. Rodney Hudson, Damon Harrison, Brandon Brooks, Jason Kelsey. There goes Philly's offensive line. Jesus, Ndamukong Suh, Joe Hayden. I mean, these are just some free agents. Janoris Jenkins, Vance McDonald, Jared Cook. I mean, some decent guys. I mean, Marvin Jones retired. Joe Flacco finally hung it up. There's some pretty decent guys that retired this year. We had no one retire. Players ready to negotiate. We tried our hardest to re-sign a lot of these guys. They all wanted to leave. Tom Brady regressed to an 81. I'm letting him walk. I'm done with Tom, especially at 81 now. I mean, I got it last time. He was like an 88 overall, so I was like, ooh, okay, but I'm not paying this man that much for an 81 overall quarterback. I'm not doing that. Marquise Pouncey, he won at 8.79. I offered him, I think it was like 9.3 something, like quite a bit more than what he wanted, and he rejected. So I might try to go back after him in free agency. We're now missing a right guard, which is a little unfortunate, but we'll see what kind of linemen are there. I really wanted to keep him, 82 overall. He only regressed a little bit. I think you were guessed maybe 2 overalls or something. So I tried keeping him. Same with Nickel Roby-Coleman. He only wanted 5.5 or 5.05. I gave him, I think, 5.17. He declined it. So he is now testing free agency. Kari Willis, I'm letting go. Damian Harris, I'm letting go. Our right tackle and our left guard, these are backups. I tried re-signing both of them. Once again, just slightly more than they were asking for, and they both want to test free agency, so nothing I can do about it. We were able... Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Back out. We were able to re-sign our backup center, though. I forget what the exact deal was. Javon Patterson, 2 years, $4.86 million. So, got him locked up, which I guess is good. I mean, I don't fucking know, really. But that is that for, retirements and re-signs and the playoffs and stuff. I won't touch on trades. I'll touch on trades once we wrap up. Obviously, after this video will be the free agency recap. Obviously, with Tom going, we still have Jacob Eason on the roster. I'm going to be honest. He's on the trade block. And I haven't had any offers. No one wants the man. So, there's a chance Eason might have to be the quarterback next year. He'll get one more year to prove himself. There's also a chance we find someone in free agency. There's a couple people out there. I'm not going to say names that may be popping up because I don't want to, one, I don't want to spoil it, and two, if someone from the league watches it, I don't want them to know. And the third option is we just, get a rookie, ride with him for the rest of the series, and have him on the rookie deal and just try to, make some things happen. So, no Tom. That's kind of the options we're working with there. So, I guess really the last thing is just looking at stats, comparing from last season. We'll start off with the quarterback position. Tom, I think he had a great regular season. I mean, he had a great wild card game, too, against the Browns and Grady. I mean, he played his ass off. And then, for some reason, against the Patriots, maybe that was a TB12 freaking spy game that he just sucked on purpose so the Patriots can go try to win another ring. He was terrible. He was missing throws left and right. He was missing deep shots where people are wide open. I mean, it was just terrible. It was terrible. And it sucks having a statue quarterback. It really is. You can't move at all. But I think he had a great regular season. I mean, he almost won MVP. You can't hate on the man for that, especially with what we did last year. Last year, Jacob Eason had 4,497 yards, 36 passing touchdowns, and 31 interceptions. This year, we get about 400 more yards on less attempts as well, about 30 less attempts, and we get 9 more passing touchdowns, and the picks ratio is huge. I mean, Tom only threw 13, and Jacob threw 31. 31. I still can't believe I threw that many picks. I mean, that's just fucking outrageous. And I was sacked 18 times less. I was sacked 50 times with Eason, 32 with Tom Brady. I think Tom, I was focused on getting the ball out quick. When with Eason, I knew I was a little bit more mobile, so I was, holding the ball too long. So that's probably part of it. But I think Tom played, it was a good signing. For what it's worth, I know he was terrible in the divisional round. But, I mean, for what I had, I think we had a better chance that season with Tom than we did with Eason. And that's all that matters. I mean, trying to give ourselves the best chance to win. And I think Tom did it. So I'm not upset that I signed Tom Brady. Sorry, a text message just popped up, so I got sidetracked. But I'm upset with how he played in the divisional. But I think he was still a solid signing. I mean, I don't really know what else I could have done. Rushing, really upset Jonathan Taylor got hurt. I mean, I really could have used this man deep in the regular season and the playoffs. Hines had a great season, but it's just so hard to trust this little man running the ball multiple times. I mean, at least with Jonathan Taylor, you got a lot more weight, got more strength. He's bigger, take more hits. So, hopefully JT can be back, and just be a baller. I mean, last season he had 32 broken tackles. I mean, he had fucking 16 touchdowns, 1,500 rushing yards. Like, that's what we miss. I mean, that's our bruiser right there. We need that. So, sucks that he got hurt. He still did it okay for, when he didn't get hurt. Averaged a lot less per game, though. This year, 56.9. Last year, he was averaging just under 100 per game. So, went a little more pass-heavy once JT got hurt. I mean, that's probably obvious with Hines being the main back. So we were a lot more pass heavy, which is not really how I want to play with this team because my offensive line is so good. I want to be more run first, but we just couldn't really do it with Damian and stuff. So it just couldn't really happen. But Hines stepped in. He played his ass off, got the star development. He's our only breakout player all season. The only person that went up in dev all season. I was hoping I could get him a superstar. That would have been pretty cool, but got him a star. He did great. 12 rushing touchdowns. Made some plays. So I'm happy with Hines. Sucks JT got hurt, but shit happens. Shit just happens, and you can't really do nothing about it. Moving on to receivers, we almost had 3,000-yard receivers. Paris Campbell did take a leap this season. Last season, Paris Campbell had 41 catches, 854 yards, and 7 touchdowns. This season, 66 catches, 1,198 yards, and 9 touchdowns. So good season for my man Paris Campbell there. Pittman, kind of around the same. Last season he had a lot more catches, but the output was still kind of similar. A lot less receptions and touchdowns. Pittman had 61 catches, 1,069 yards, and 4 touchdowns this season. Last season, he had 82 catches, 1,300 yards, and 10 touchdowns. Part of that was Deontay Johnson was a bust. If you guys remember, we had Deontay Johnson last season. That was just god-awful. I'll compare. Brian Edwards was in the Deontay Johnson role. So we'll compare stats here. Deontay, last season, 42 catches, 585 yards, and 6 touchdowns. And Brian Edwards, on 6 more catches than Deontay, had 764 yards and 12 touchdowns and a monster game in the wild card. I mean, clearly the man's a beast. I'm glad I made the trade for him. First round pick for him, I'm fine with that. He was a massive red zone threat for us, scoring touchdowns at will. So there's literally, I'm completely fine with that. Mo Alley-Cox had a great season again. Him and Colby are actually both up for contract next season, so that'll be interesting. Maybe I re-sign them both. We'll see what they're kind of asking for. Last season, Mo had 66 catches for 1,000 yards and 5 touchdowns. This season, 57 for 934 and 10. A lot more touchdowns, a little less more receptions. But Mo, great season for Mo. Like I said, Hines, monster out of the backfield. But I had to be checked down Charlie quite a bit. I mean, I had to, just with the statue back there, quarterback, 71 for 10 and 5, way better than he did last season. Colby had some, nice little games, 24 for 264 and 4. Zeke, he's not out there much, but he made some plays, 10 for 163 and 1. He's out there doing his thing, trying his hardest. Not bad for the man there, not too shabby. We'll go ahead and make it to defense on my notes here so I can see. Look at this. No sacks. What a fucking legend by these two. 16 games, 14 games, no sacks, man. Both absolute legends. Moving on to the defensive side of the ball. The sacks, last season they came in heavy. And this season I don't think they came in as heavy. They really did not. Last season, Shaquille Griffin had 8 sacks. And this year he only had 2. He played pretty much the same amount of snaps as he did. He just really didn't make a factor. So I don't know. Not really sure what that was about. He didn't really do too much. DeForest Buckner led our team with 11.5 this season. Much better than last season when he had 7. Jared Davenport had 6. He was popping off in the playoffs too. So I'm excited to see what Jared can do next season. Probably not the best at our strong safeties, guys. 3rd in sacks. He's not like a Jamal Adams on the Seahawks where he just blitzes nonstop, but he's got 3. I mean, last season our 4th leading sack leader had 4.5. I mean, our 4th's got 2.5. We just didn't get enough pressure on the quarterback, and I don't know if that's on me. Maybe I was too passive, and I need to maybe blitz more. DeForest Buckner did get 17 tackles for loss, which is absolutely absurd. That inside rush ability is crazy, man. That thing is just fucking outrageous. Moving over to picks, I think we did get quite a bit of picks this year. I'm trying to get on my notes here. I don't know if I wrote down picks from last year. I think I choked. Well, shit. Did I not do that? Hold on. I had to have done this. Wow. I really didn't. Did I my freaking... Well, I can see a little bit. We'll check here. Rocky Sin had 8. Last year he had 5. So Rocky Sin played pretty damn good. He really did. Darius Leonard with 5. Last year he had 6. Wilbon, I would say solid rookie season for the man. He's got 5 picks for us. Jabril got 4. Last season Jabril had 8. A lot of drop picks from Jabril. A lot of drop picks in general this year. Marvell Tell had 4. I think Marvell in the slot is the perfect move. I think he played fine in the slot, so I'm happy with him there. If he had more speed, I'd be willing to put him back outside, but like if it went up 2 to like 89, I think I'd be more willing to put him out there because his stats really aren't that bad, but the man gets beat deep way too much. I mean, Rocky Sin's sitting at, 89, right? 90, okay. What was Wilbon's 89, I think. I mean, 80, and Wilbon didn't get beat too much deep. So I think 89 is a good number if I can get him there, but 87 is just a tad too slow, I think. Malik Hooker, I am trying to trade him. I got a couple people interested, so maybe my next video he's gone. I'm trying to get rid of him and have Julian Blackmon just take all free safety snaps. Not that I don't like Malik, but I think Julian Blackmon's ready to, take that leap and get all that work. I wouldn't even re-sign Malik in the first place if I knew this dude was going to pop off in real life and stuff, and I would use my upgrades on him. But that's pretty much it for defense. I mean, we didn't really sack the quarterback at all. We were kind of lame. I mean, the sacks are just, look at this. What do we have? 17 and a half, 18, 20, 23, 25, 27, 26, 26 or like just under 30 sacks, I believe. And last season, I definitely think we had more. Let me count. So last season there's 8. So that's I should have wrote this down, but I'm doing this just off the head right now. 8, 15, 25. I mean, they got the same amount of sacks. The top 4 last year got the same as we got like the whole fucking season. I mean, last year Shaquem had 8, Buckner had 7, Jared Davenport 5.5, Puna 4.5. That's 15, 20. I mean, 24. I mean, it's just about as just those 4 fuckers almost got the same sacks as we did the whole thing. I mean, it's just we had more people contributing last season, I think. I mean, Brandon Graham was there last year. Anthony Walker was getting sacks. I mean, we had a lot more. I think maybe I blitzed more. Maybe that's what I should do. I should probably blitz more. But Darius Leonard had 7 forced fumbles, which is crazy. Julian had 4. I mean, the man makes plays. That's why I'm really excited to use him. Just got to get it. We forced a lot of fumbles this year. We really did. A shitload of forced fumbles. Tackles for loss, we had quite a bit. Bobby with 9, Darius with 8, Sidney with 5, Marvell up there. I mean, we did okay on defense. We gotta get more pressure on the quarterback, and maybe I gotta revise the defensive scheme. I mean, there was some games where I played pretty good defense, but people dotted me up, and maybe it's because I am too passive and they can just sit back there. We're definitely getting the kicking down, by the way. Rodrigo only missed 1 field goal, and I think it was on a block, and then only 1 extra point. So pretty much perfect on kicking. Punting don't really matter, I guess. Kick returns were non-existent. Our longest was a 32. Hines did have a 40-yarder. I think Hines, I'm plopping him back. I put Wilbon back there just because he has the return man ability, which it's dog shit. So I think Hines is going straight back to punt return next season. I mean, he had a 40-yarder last season. Wilbon did nothing but fumble at the punt return, so I think that's what I'm going to do for him. But that's pretty much it. I mean, there's nothing really too crazy. Yeah, we were 4th offense. I mean, we were doing pretty good, man. We had a good regular season. Just couldn't close it out in the divisional round and move on to the conference championship. My friend was actually pointing out I'm undefeated in the conference championship and the Super Bowl. The problem is I got to get past the damn divisional. I got a lot of L's in the divisional round, so we got to get past that apparently. But I'm excited to see how the offseason goes. We got some money to work with Tom off the books. And if I get Malik off the books as well, then we got more money to work with. So it's going to be interesting to see. Next Colts video probably won't be till, God, I don't know, Friday or Saturday, depending on when free agency ends, because free agency takes a couple days to get through. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe, like, and comment. Let me know your thoughts on the season. I think we had a great regular season. Just a tough result in the divisional round. And I'll see you guys in the next one.